If you're watching this video, it's probably because you recently discovered the possibility of earning more money by selling physical products on Amazon. But you might be wondering if it's still a good opportunity or not. Selling on Amazon today is definitely different than it was in 2015 or even as recently as 2019. That being said, I still think it's the best business opportunity for individuals looking to make a side income or even replace their full-time income that doesn't come with all the overhead associated with traditional businesses. Stuff like paying for rent, buying equipment, hiring staff, obtaining licenses, and so on. That being said, there are still some general bits of advice I would recommend to anyone looking to start an Amazon business this year. The first one is about business models. You might have heard the terms arbitrage, wholesaling, dropshipping, etc. I'd recommend that you stay away from all of those and focus on building your own brand. Now, if you're not sure what those terms mean, here's a quick breakdown. Arbitrage is just buying products at retail prices and trying to sell them for a higher price on Amazon. Dropshipping is similar to this, except instead of going out to stores and buying the products and amassing your own inventory, instead you would work with a supplier who would just ship those products on an order-by-order basis to your customers as they place orders with you. This is usually done via AliExpress, which is not the same thing as Alibaba, but more about that in other videos on this channel. But it can work with any supplier who is willing to work this way. Wholesaling is buying already branded products at wholesale prices in bulk and then trying to sell them for a higher price on Amazon. The thing is that most established brands don't usually like third parties reselling their products on Amazon anyway. None of these business models are particularly scalable, and pursuing them will just waste precious time that you could use focusing on building your own private label brand instead. If you really want to succeed on Amazon, you should focus on building something that will provide reliable income for years to come. Now, you don't necessarily need to reinvent the wheel and come up with a brand new invention that you would pitch on Shark Tank, but you will need to do some serious market research to see what's already selling well on Amazon, to see what you could sell that complements or even improves upon those items. The next bit of advice I have is about business entities. Now, I know I just said that you should focus on building a brand, but when you're just starting out, you do not need to focus on getting an LLC or a trademark. Setting up an LLC is a good idea and one that I highly recommend to anyone setting up a business, but it's not necessary at the very beginning. You can do this once you've identified a good product opportunity and are well on your way to starting your business. Now, getting an LLC differs from state to state, but it usually only costs a couple of $100s, and I talk more about this process in other videos on my channel. Trademarks are a complete waste of money at the beginning until you know what you want to sell long term and what you want your brand to be. Filing a trademark on your own in the US can cost at least $250, and it usually costs significantly more than this. And if you hire an agency to do this for you on your behalf, it can usually cost around $1,000 or more. The important thing is to look for good product opportunities and to begin collecting product samples from various suppliers so that you can begin selling as soon as possible. The third bit of advice I have is to have a plan. As they say, failure to plan is planning to fail. Just throwing a product up on Amazon and hoping for sales is a recipe for failure. If you already have an audience, leverage them. You can also use sites like Kickstarter or Indiegogo to collect payments from potential customers ahead of time to give you the capital that you need to place an order with a supplier. Make sure that you also dedicate some budget to pay-per-click advertising on Amazon as well before your launch. If you want to learn more about this, I talk about that in other videos on this channel. My fourth bit of advice is to expect setbacks. You should 100% expect to encounter challenges and obstacles in your journey to selling on Amazon. These can be things like supplier delays, low quality samples, having difficulties getting your product listing up on Seller Central. There's really no shortage to the number of obstacles that you will encounter as you become a seller on Amazon. But knowing that these are a very normal part of the process of selling on Amazon will help you break through them much more quickly than being surprised by them. The last bit of advice is to be smart about using tools. You certainly should not go into trying to sell on Amazon blind with no data whatsoever. So using a tool like Jungle Scout to collect sales data about products already selling on Amazon is where you should really begin your journey. Do not just guess at a product to sell. A tool like Jungle Scout is indispensable if you want to sell on Amazon, since you can see information about sales history, selling price, the level of competition, keyword search volume, and way more. Plus, you can get ideas that you would have never thought of on your own. You can get Jungle Scout at a discounted price and see more of me inside if you use the link in the description below. So, those are the things I would do if I were to start an Amazon business this year. If you're ready to start finding a product to sell, click the link below in the video description to get started using Jungle Scout today at a discount. And if you want to learn more about how to find good product opportunities, check out the next video where I talk about how to do product research. Of course, hit that like button and subscribe if you like what you see. It really helps me reach more people and continue bringing you content like this. You can do this. See you in the next video.